Hi, guys. No, you can talk.
I have to send you kind of text, so
Okay.
I'm going to have this like again.
Okay.
People answer the phone.
Perfect. That's a very nice thing to say. I've been waiting for you to go live. Yes. Today's success story is going to be a good one, and it's going to be a money success story. So anybody who wants inspo to get some money in the bank, this woman's success story is bananas. Absolutely crazy. And I'm really excited to do a money success story for you guys to break up some of the SP stuff. Thank you. Dad's also here in the background, so he may pop in for, who are you talking to like that? He may give some advice. So for any of you guys who want to share the live and send it out to your friends, I'm just going to let a couple minutes go by so individuals can get pinged on their phone, and then we can just start, because I do have my girl standing by and she is ready to go. I know that I'm a little earlier than my 7 p.m. timing, and I hope that doesn't impact too much for individuals to tune in. But I think I'm just too exhausted gearing up for group coaching. I do have a situation where I am extending the ability for anybody who's interested in group coaching to come in. I have sent out everybody's invite. And if anybody else wants to join, I'm just so strongly passionate about it. I do think this has the ability to pump out like 100 success stories all at once. Great question. I think she just had phone calls. She just opted in for singular phone calls and spaced them out as and when needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let her come on, and she's going to give me a call right now. And she manifested bank. Okay, I'm talking about closing on a $1.2 million deal. So Persis is once again here with the Carfax to help you guys out. And then we're going to get into this. I want you to coach me. You should get in now before it closes. But I'm going to let her call in, and we're going to hear this money success story. It's really, really good. She had one phone call, and she closed on a $1.2 million deal. I mean, if I'm not good, I mean, you know what to do. What to do. I'm still waiting for Flora to come back and go live with you. Bro, me too. I'm so excited. Been doing your EFT thing, and it makes me cry. That's perfect. That means the resistance is leaving your body. I have a mentor of my own who specializes in EFT tapping, and she is incredible. And that's how I came up with the one for you guys. Whoopsies. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, babe, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So just hang on. Let's try this one more time. Can you talk one more time?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you guys hear? Can you hear her? Just give me a yes in the comments. Yes. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I am ready when you are ready. I'm going to give a little bit of context.
Okay.
That this, and people were already asking, what type of coaching package did you get to your money manifestation? I think it was just a single phone call, right?
Yes, 4 weeks ago today, I was vibrating off of a sudden and absolutely savage breakup.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like literally overnight. So I was watching TikTok videos, having a glass of wine, and ran across you.
The best way to do it. The best way to do it.
Yeah. That's what I was doing, and I listened to what you were saying, and I'm like, okay. So I bought the blueprint, and then I came right behind it and bought a call,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it started. My initial attraction was the whole SP thing.
Right.
But then I pivoted completely because I felt like I wasn't ready
Mm-hmm.
myself. I had some work to do on the self-concept.
Right.
And I felt like I would tackle I had 3 major issues in my life. I would tackle the one that was going to pay my bills.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I wish I had more money clients. I do. And I'm very happy and proud of you. But please keep going. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
No, not at all. So, but I do have to say, while I was listening to everything that night, the SP did send me a text.
Yeah. I get that a lot. That's nice.
Yeah. It didn't go anywhere, but that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't focusing on that, but I know that we have the ability in future calls to even rectify that. But love the ability for you to pivot. And you know what her focus was? She originally wanted SP, but then after that, she came into the situation and she was like, I think I want to focus on the ability to improve my money source so that way I can also come back and get help from you. And if I manifest more money, then I can manifest doing that. And I think that that's so fun.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I did. I thought, well, I think there's probably going to be a whole hell of a lot of work needed here for the SP, so let me go for the money first.
Yeah.
and then I can afford it. And by the way, now I can afford it.
Yeah. Now we're moving into
in a massive way. Now we'll go into the financial.
I know. Now you're moving into like a king and queen package, hopefully, or maybe just more bigger coaching. Yeah.
So let me just get right into the financial part because I think that you'll find this interesting and there's more that you don't know.
Perfect.
And so I hope that everybody will enjoy this and just really, really, really pay attention to the coaching because I closed my deal. It was $1.8 million. It's the first time I've ever done it, ever. And it's massive for the company. It was massive for the company that did it. We had to scramble to get them approved for terms, and I mean just everything that you can imagine. But that is only one part of this transaction. It was them saying yes to what I had to offer, and then sending me the purchase order. And so that part was done, and then the real work begins.
Okay.
And during that real work, things were falling apart. And, I could see that there was a potential to unravel, and I just said, Nope. I leveled up, and I just said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I know this is going through. So this is a transaction that involves multiple companies, multiple parts of the world. It is in the component IC industry that is desperately short of components right now. Everybody that's, awake has heard about it, whether it be for Department of Defense, aerospace, whatever you're building these days that have electronic components in it, you cannot get the components. So all of this was centered around me capturing the components, making sure that they could, they had to go back to their client, get the approval, get the purchase order, then go back to my supplier in China and say, here's the purchase order, here are the components, the OEM on that end in China saying, okay, yes, I accept. So all of this stuff was going on. It was just swirling around. And, every single night my purchasing manager would come back to me and say, okay, this is where we are. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get this many components, but, we should be able to get this, but we don't know. And it has so all that stuff was going on the entire time. And I just said, I literally stopped working during the day when I should have been working. I put my headset on, my AirPods, and I would sit and listen to subliminals left and right, like all day.
Yeah.
I did it at night, all day. I did all the affirmations, but it was more than that. It was elevated. Like I refuse to believe that this is not going to happen. Yeah. I absolutely refuse to believe it. And It came together today, finalized. Everything's secure. Everything's confirmed. Everything's solid. It's done.
$1.8 million deal.
And more on the way.
I can't even. And before that, let's also pivot back.
Okay.
So I had given you some affirmations and I had given you some subliminals. And what were you previously closing in these commission-based situations? And what did you then do in the span of whatever 30 days? What did you end up doing before this deal came together?
Okay, so I'm gonna back up a little bit and give you like a bird's eye view of everything. It is a very, very, very good job for you to be able to do $100,000. Yeah. Okay, it's a very solid good job. And I was doing a above average, 150, 149, 170, January, February, March. April, it took a little dive, like 78, and then 54, and then it started to really nosedive. So last month, I closed out at 28,000, the lowest month ever, except for the month that I started where I wasn't writing anything. Right. So I had 3 months back to back that were just absolutely just mind-bogglingly bad. Okay. And I wasn't doing anything different, except that my mood and my mind was just like, I was distracted. I wasn't doing what I should be doing. Right. And, just let it get a hold of me. And that's why I decided, okay, I've got 3 areas in my life that are falling apart right now. Which one, if I fix this one, I can work on the other ones with more comfort. Right. I've got to have comfort somewhere. I've got to be able to control this, because the last thing I want to do is then lose my job, and then I'm really in trouble. So that was kind of what was going on. But the last 3 months have been, for me, just way below average, way below par, way below where I needed to be.
So $28,000 to $1.8 million deal closed. So I don't even know what is the type of multiplication that is?
Yeah.
I don't know what type of multiplication.
Yeah, it's completely, it's hard to wrap your brain around.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. My father is sitting here also listening, and he's the math wizard in the house. You can give him any numbers and he can just go to town with it in his head. But I don't have that type of math proficiency to do that type of multiplication. But talk about a return of investment. If I ever saw one. And I'm so grateful and I'm so humbled and I'm so honored to have been able to, off a singular phone call, facilitate that for you and give you the type of information. And if I remember correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of her fear was coming from the fact that she was working with a company that was producing in China. We conquered that, and I told her on the call, and, please chime in. I said, listen, at the end of the day, you need to get your mindset in order to a point where you will not accept anything less, and understand that once your assumption changes, God help whoever has to move for this to become a fact. Because once you get real stubborn about it and nobody can tell you different, and you are like a concrete pillar on it, and like she mentioned very elegantly and very astutely, she was not going to be told no. And even though obstacles came in her way, even though circumstances came up, she remained true to it. And she remained, like I speak of a lot, firm and unwavering. You think of going up to a concrete pillar and trying to shake it, you can't shake anything. And that's exactly the mentality, the stubborn mentality that she had, that even though in the previous month she did 28,000, which in her business, she's very blessed to be able to have an ability to earn quite well for herself, right? But there's a huge jump from $28,000 in the whole month to a singular deal of $1.8 million. The largest in her company, and with that good rapport, many more deals to come, I'm sure.
Yes, the vice president flew out to that company and met with them yesterday and toured the facility. And he's like, oh my God, the potential here is way more than I even knew.
Yeah.
So that door has now been kicked wide open.
And I think that that's so wonderful, because I remember formulating your affirmations, because I don't get oftentimes the privilege of working with money clients, although I wish I do. But mainly everybody is kind of focusing on SP, which is totally fine. You know, it's my job to just be the facilitator of knowledge. It's my job to just be the facilitator of information to get you to wherever you want to go, regardless of the desire. But I don't oftentimes get the privilege of working with money clients. And when I formulated the affirmations for you, and when we took each and every single one of your limiting beliefs and I formed it into a way that's actually going to be the catalyst for this to come true, things started kicking down like anything. I mean, I never heard of a story, and I'm not even trying to tout myself, but I'm also sometimes humbled by the power of my own work. You know what I mean? Like, I never heard of a situation where after a singular phone call, someone makes that big of a quantum leap. Like, that's bananas to me. My heart is so happy for your success. I can't convey it into words. Literally, I can't.
I will tell you that, and for anyone listening, that there was, I'll tell you what I felt. It was a feeling too. It was like I could feel a shift. And when the fear entered that, oh my God, this is going to fall apart, I immediately stopped and I'm like, oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's not. And I felt the shift that I had to elevate, that it had every potential to fall apart, because it happens all the time. It's normal. I cannot tell you how shocked my entire management team is, the owner, that I actually delivered on the entire purchase order. Not only that, I found 2,500 more pieces that we're going to move for them. So right now at this time, because of the shortages that are out there, it is incredible that this actually came to fruition exactly as planned. It never happens that way. Delete. It happens all the time that way.
Right? And I'm looking at your plan and I'm pulling up your client profile, because as part of consultations, what I do is I make a very thorough client profile. I hear your story from top to bottom. I hear what you're manifesting, how you're manifesting it, and if that's seen you any results. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the notes that I dictated down. I'm looking at my intrusive thought brain correction exercise for you. I'm looking at the sub I gave you. I'm looking at the affirmations I gave you, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna start using my own affirmations that I formulated for you, girl. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. You don't know, like, there's nobody that feels more sense of gratitude for my client's success than myself, because somebody was teasing me in the comments also very playfully, like, Persis looks like a happy mom. And I do. I really feel that way, because my heart glows for you guys' success. Because that's what makes the tireless hours I put into putting out the best, most authentic, most scientifically accurate content for you guys all worth it. When I have success after success, and the successes just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, did I think after a singular phone call that this person would close a $1.8 million deal? Absolutely not. But it goes to show the power of the mind, that once people truly do have the power of the knowledge that I possess, and I'm just able to present it to them in a very nice package with a bow on top and tell them, okay, I heard your issues, here's what you need to do. And that person received it, they looked at it, they reflected on it, and they literally just did what I said. And any time that fear, doubt, worry, concern came in, they just did the plan. They didn't try to go back in and rewrite it and fix it and do anything. They just leaned into and they trusted my lead. And this is the type of client that I feel privileged to work with. Because literally at the end of the day, all she did was exactly what was written down. And look at the type of benefit that came out of it for her. This is a life-changing deal for you and your company.
Yeah, and more to come. I mean, more to come. And I something else I'll throw in there is that one of the affirmations that you included, which at the time when I was reading, I'm like, I don't know. Was let's see, where is it here? It's about not needing to know where, when, where, why, or how these clients are going to find me. Okay, so that one, I read it and like, I don't know. I mean, I have to know. Like, I'm the one reaching out. Well, I've had 2 people reach out to me that I did not know at all that were referred by another company who had worked with me.
And isn't exactly what I told you? I was like, babe, you got to release the resistance of knowing that. Because and I told you on the call, I was like, do you really care where they came from as long as they come and they pay you? And you were like, no, I don't care, Persis. And I was like, I literally made her an affirmation specifically for that. And I think that's just the level that I've reached at this point, that once people start to open up and give me those parts and pieces, I really do just create a jigsaw puzzle for everything that needs to be placed in the subconscious mind for this to unlock. And it's like before, you were taking a key and putting in the lock and it wasn't the correct key. And then she came to me and I gave her and I problem solved all of her gaps, all of her blockages, all of her resistance. And I literally just new key, new lock, and the door opened. And when I say the floodgate of blessings that have come out of a single phone call is bananas.
Also, I worked a lot less to get this, if you can imagine, because it was all in my upstairs. It was in my head. I was just creating this in my head, and I was doing very little else. Like physical stuff to make it happen. I was just completely in the zone, staying elevated.
And that's exactly one of the questions, and I think you just answered it, but if you want to expand on it. So when things went wrong in 3D, did she just reaffirm that it has to work? That was definitely part of it. And she said that there were instances where she put on her headphones and she just listened to her subliminal day in and day out.
And I also verbalized to my team, I am not going there. This is going to work out. We all have to stay on this level. That we have all the tools we need to make this happen, and we are not going down that road. I'm over here. I'm going to be elevated over here. You guys just let me know when it's done. And so I had a whole team working, to get things done, to make things work out. And I had to try to lift them up to where I was at so that they didn't go to the dark place, because it really took all of us staying elevated to make this happen. It required a negotiation. It required us to negotiate with China to drop their price. That never happened.
Yeah,
it required so much work. So much synchronicity, and just, I don't know, it was just like a miracle. But I'm just hoping that, I can't wait to see what else happens, because there's plenty of things that can happen from this. So
I can't wait either, because girl, I know that you mentioned like, I'm going to be waiting for these next 30 days and then I'm going to get your king and queen package. Now imagine what we're going to do with SP and imagine what we're going to do with health, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to put a lot of, I've been doing more with health, less with SP, because I want to get these other areas in alignment first and then drill down on that one. Perfect. And that's going to take a lot of work.
And I know
that one's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, and I know that, I love more than anything your sense of maturity and growth mindset towards your own situation. Because, you know, she really did want her person when she first called me. And then after that, she was like, actually, I think I want to focus on money because I really need my bread and butter. And that's all she did. She just did her plan. So all she did was listen to subliminals. No, she didn't just listen to subliminals. So I formulated a plan. I gave her her affirmations. I told her what to affirm, how to affirm it, with what intensity to affirm it. I gave her a whole daily manifestation routine. And in that situation, she did everything and she just got it. You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it made all the difference, and it was it was perfect timing, and really, it was after talking to you and realizing, really realizing on just a deep level, my self-concept was not where it needed to be to go after the SP, but it was pretty high level when it comes to work, career, and money. I'm pretty much up there because I've had successes, so I knew what it felt like viscerally to have success, and I could vibrate at that level and bring it to me. Just bring it to me.
Yeah.
So I needed that pivot, and I do want to do the SP, but I have some other work to do first. So that's what I'm working on. But yes, I'll be contacting you. You'll probably get more people from maybe my office.
Bro.
More people on the team.
I'm so happy for you, babe. I'm so happy for you. I love it so much. Are there any other pieces of advice that you have for anybody else, or how the coaching was? Or, I mean, you just got a single phone call. I'm freaking floored, bro.
I think that you have to be in the right mindset to go into this. And I think that if you're feeling fear about, let's say, SP, because so many people reach out to you, and I understand that fear, because for me, it's been 4 weeks today, and, you know, there has been contact, and he's contacted me, but I have brushed him off. Nope, not ready. Nope, not ready. You have to be willing to walk away until you are where you need to be powerful in that place to bring them back to you the way you want them. Yeah. And that's what we're going to work on. Yeah. Because the way he is right now is not the way I need him to be the center of my universe. I don't want it that way.
Yeah.
So my self-concept has to be so elevated in order for me to be able to do that.
Exactly.
It was easier for me to do the money. It was much easier for me to do that. So,
and I think some people love that. You know what I mean? I think that at the end of the day, I know you were at it for a while on your own. What was that time frame looking like before you came to me?
Well, I mean, I've been, you know, tinkering around with all this stuff for many, many, many years, and I have had great successes in it. Not to this level, but I mean, like little things. Like I lost a $10,000 diamond ring in the parking lot of a mall in North Carolina, and I manifested that thing right back into my hands.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah. You know, so, I mean, I have done things before. You know, I've manifested quite a few things, but I was also feeling like rusty, and it's not working right, and I needed some guidance and some direction. Like, this is where you're screwing up. This is what you need to reframe. And I think reframing the self-concept is the pivot. It's the key to all of this. Is if you don't really believe in yourself, who the hell else is going to believe in you?
Very true. That's like me trying to tell you that, hey, babe, I don't feel beautiful, and you telling me I'm beautiful all day, every day. But if I'm convinced elsewise, you're going to be speaking in vain.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just have to be mentally, you have to just elevate, and you have to be ready to take it on and to fight that fear and those negative things that are constantly coming up that cripple you or sabotage you. And the SP, I totally sabotaged it. I mean, all the way down to oh my God.
I know.
I can see it all. It was all right there. I almost didn't want to go in that direction, like to pursue that relationship because I was feeling so off, but I did it anyway. And that's why stepping back is so good, because I'll fix myself, and then if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then I'll be better for somebody else. I will be ready for the next one if it doesn't work out. And I'm okay with that.
And I think that's a good mentality. Like, although we can manifest anyone in any situation and under any circumstance, some individuals, you know, they do have a very mature mindset of, you know what? And this is like in many instances, like sometimes people will come to me, they'll glow up their self-concept and they'll realize that this person is actually not who I want. And if I can't have anybody, I would rather just start anew with somebody else. And I'd rather open a new book and read a new story rather than go back to the old story. And I think that's just more of a personal decision. And once we do get, you know, on more calls and we do more things together, which I'm sure we will in the future, you know, we're going to work through that, because there are many instances with individuals that they come to me and they really think they want something, but as their self-concept, as their self-worth, as their self-esteem, and just me empowering them to know their magic comes more and more and more into the forefront, they realize that, you know, at that time, maybe, and not always, in some instances, they want something different, but they feel so detached because they already feel so good that, you know, they're ready for a joyful anticipation of either or.
Yes, and that's a great place to be.
It's
a really good place to be, where you lose the desperation for the other person and you just elevate yourself so high that they come or they don't come. Someone's going to be there for you.
Yeah. But they can only
someone's going to be there.
Yeah. And just to pop in real quick, I was just going to add, like, they can only be there for you when you're there for yourself.
Absolutely. And that really, in that one call, was made so clear to me that if I was going to take a stab at this with this SP, I better heal myself first. So let's pivot and let's work on the thing that I feel great about.
Yeah.
Even though I'm messing up. So yeah. I mean, my advice would just be know where you are with yourself. Good. Know exactly where you are. And go from there. And then if you do that, I mean, the coaching is good. I'm definitely going to do the biggest package. I know that you've got this group thing going on next week. I still don't feel ready to manifest the SP right now, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait and do the other one, the big one, and I'll spend all my time on the SP thing then.
I think this is going to be so transformative and so inspirational to so many different people. Literally, I can't say it enough. My heart literally, it glows for you. Genuinely, girl. You deserve it. You're totally on track to break new and better and bigger and better records. And with the knowledge that you have now, I know you're going to take it and you're going to do what any smart person would do. You're going to expand it and you're going to expand it and you're going to expand it. And it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's the goal.
Right.
That's the mission for sure.
Girl. So. I love it. I will let you go, though, and I appreciate you coming on. And, yeah, I think I'm going to start to handle the chat a little bit, and this is just amazing. I mean, I thought it was 1.2 million, and now I'm coming to understand it's 1.8 million, and I'm just, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I will let you go, girl.
Take her coaching, everybody.
Yeah, really.
Be smart. Be smart.
Be smart. I love it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.
You
Bye.
too. Take your coaching and be smart. Honey, how do you feel about your daughter? Please speak into the microphone. Come on, honey. I need words. I know. Oh my God. Is anybody else completely floored? What am I doing? Am I teaching people to like be a sorcerer? I don't even know at this point. Dad, that's nuts.
It is.
1.8. Did you do that decimal?
Yeah.
What was it?
65 times.
65 times.
More money.
I don't even know.
Of 28,000.
Of 28, right? But she paid like $100 to talk to me. So I don't even know what that decimal is. That's like 1,000 time decimal, a 10,000 time decimal. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. I'm sitting here and I'm perplexed, guys. I'm perplexed. And other big SAT words at this point. I saw a few things in the chat. This was great. This is an amazing story. I started feeling different when I did your equation every night. Yay. How many affirmations can we use? I would recommend trying to stick to anywhere between like 10 to 13. I give my clients 13 affirmations. What happened right now is I had an SP success, or sorry, not SP success story. Sorry, I was looking at the chat, looking up perplexed. Perplexed means like flabbergasted. It means like speckeldorfed. It's like, okay, so this is what happened. Desi see, this is why we don't follow other creators, because then it just makes more work for Persis to correct. Anybody who's saying you shouldn't just doesn't have as education. I'm sorry. I said what I said. So this woman manifested a $1.8 million closing in a single month. I don't know what is happening anymore with my clients. She came to me on a single consultation. She came to me originally wanting an SP. She switched to say that I want money instead, because if I get money, then I can get more coaching. Her words, not mine. I'm not trying to sell myself. And then in 30 days, this woman closed on a $1.8 million deal. She works in the microchip business, so she has an ability to earn a lot of money. And her lowest month before was 28,000, which was like chump change for her, you know, like small things. And she hit her rock bottom of that price. Now, I don't know how much of that commission comes to her and how that breaks down. And in a single phone call, I told her, I said, you need to release the resistance of how, when, who, what, where, when, why. I gave her a lot of things. I broke down her story. I figured out where her blockages were. And I just was like, do this instead. I didn't think she was going to take that and come back with a $1.8 million closing. So I'm speckeldorfed. I'm flabbergasted. I'm other big words. I don't know what to say, guys. This is freaking nuts. He was like, they have free will. I don't know. I don't know about that. Why are you having somebody do that? The only he you should listen to is simple manifesting. That's the only he. I give a stamp of approval for him. The only he you should listen to is Antonio. That's it. That's the only he you should listen to. And guys, please stay off your For You page. So many of you guys are tagging me in videos of coaches who are like, as terrible as it is to say, just saying a bunch of nonsense. And now I understand why people come to me so confused. Please stay on your following page and don't go to the For You page. It's dangerous out there, guys. You guys need to stay safe. You guys need to stay safe. With the amount of comments that I get tagged in, I don't even have the time in the day to redo everything that those coaches have done. Persis, you're just getting stronger. I am just getting stronger. Do you like Dylan? Do you mean Dylan James? Not qualified. Most of these coaches don't have any scientific background. Bro, you said it. So it's okay. And I'm just going to comment and pin it. I skip past anyone that's not you. I think me and Tone, let's stick to those two. Who are your top 3 coaches? Good question. I don't oftentimes give a reference for coaches, as I don't know all their teachings because I don't follow coaches. I will say one of my good friends is Simple Manifesting here on TikTok. You can search him up. You can go into his comment section. and you can, just be funny with it, like Persis Sent Me Here or something like that. He's a great guy to watch. He's here on TikTok. And then the other one, I love Flora Sivos. Me and her have often been called the self-concept queens of TikTok, because we both tout self-concept as being the issue among 95% of individuals, that once they change that, it transforms their life. And I think me and her both have the Carfax. I think her page is a little more general, and I know she doesn't offer coaching right now, but I'm sure once she does, she'll be booked. And then I think the difference between me and Flora specifically is I come with the facts and figures. I take, self-concept, and I do it in a big way. I do it scientifically. I do it in a quantum physics thing, and that's because I have nearly a decade of scientific background. I have a degree in surgery. I've studied science for more than a decade to be able to have the level of proficiency that I have, which is why I've never been more confident in my entire life than teaching manifestation in a scientific way, which, as you guys see all over my page, everybody is a walking success story. And that's because science doesn't discriminate against age, race, gender, socioeconomic status, or anything else. So I think that's pretty good. I did see you meant Dylan James. I did used to use Dylan James in the past, and I think he's a wonderful hype man. I haven't seen any of his stuff, but I did see today, because I am subscribed to his YouTube page, that he's going to be posting in October or something. More importantly, you're producing results daily. Yeah, I have so many success stories in my main phone. I have so many success stories in my business phone. I literally can't keep up with the demand. I need a secretary. Dad, would you like to be hired?
You're going to afford me.
Oh, I can't afford you. How much money do you charge? He's too shy these days, which is so crazy, because he chews my ear off. He chews my ear off. As soon as this closes, he's going to chew my ear off. I need your coaching ASAP. Forget about all these other coaches. More importantly, you're a proud mom. I am a proud mom. Finding your page felt like a shift. I love your scientific background. That's why I love your teaching. Thank you. I think that I bring, and someone told me this the other day, and let me know if you guys agree, and I'm definitely not saying it because it wasn't me who said it. Somebody told me that I am like Neville, but if he had the background of Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I feel like Neville Goddard is one of the greatest American philosophers of all time, right? I do teach manifestation very Neville focused, but like the fact-checked Neville. So I feel like I'm the female Neville Goddard that got a degree in surgery, which I think I like that. I like it. Because Neville could only accomplish so much in his time. You know what I mean? And I think that if he had the science experiments, and if he had the stats, and if he had the figures, and if he had like the Dispenza style teaching, which I come in with, he would have been unstoppable. There would have been like Neville would have been like reading the dictionary. You know what I mean? Like just so freaking accurate. So freaking accurate. And that's the beauty of my page, I think, is that there's no opinion-based information anywhere on my page. Like my word isn't anywhere on my page. You don't have to trust me in any part of my page. I just come with all the facts, and I'm like, here's the science. Now use it. Neville Ita, bro. Tell me not to change my name right now. I love that. Oh my God, I'm in love, guys. Oh my God, that's so amazing. Saw Dr. Joe 2 months back. 2 months back, he's the modern Neville. I agree. Neville Ita, that's so cute. Can you tell us more about your scientific background? For sure. I was a very accomplished individual in my education time frame. I was very academically gifted. I had all of the AP, IB credentials. I literally would go out of zone for my school to be placed in the most highest academic level programs that I could possibly be placed in, according to my parents, because they didn't like me when I was younger and they needed to challenge me each and every single day. And they needed to drive me 30 minutes to go to a school so that I could essentially kill myself daily in my studies, which, being an individual that I'm a very self-motivated individual, meaning I don't need a lot of motivation. I need the ability to just wake up, and I've always had an ambition to be more, do more, grow more, accomplish more, excel more, get accolades on accolades, awards on awards, accomplishments on accomplishments. I mean, I even have a distinction from the White House. So I think I've always taken that side of me very seriously, and I always took it as a challenge. I always wanted to be the best. I wanted to beat the best, and I wanted to beat them not by an inch, but I wanted to beat them by a mile. Like, I'll be honest with you, there were parts of my ego that were very, very happy that nobody could come near me. Like, nobody could come near me. Like, I was untouchable in that sense, because there wasn't going to be anybody that was going to outwork me. Nobody that was going to outwork me academically. I would, that was just my life. That was just my lifestyle. And I woke up every day with that type of ferocity. Like, it wasn't something I had to build up to. It took me very far. It allowed me to be very professionally and personally accomplishable. And I've done amazing things in my life. I have 2 professional licenses. I have a degree in surgery. I went overseas to Mumbai, India, and I got a degree as a master's of physician assistant in surgery. I've studied and I've operated on individuals, and I've been in this community for such a long, long time. I did my time. I say that all the time to make a swoozy reference. If any of you guys know Swoozy on YouTube, he's an animator and a good friend of mine, but I always make that joke, like, I did my nickel, like I did my time. That's just a reference from him. And when I came into more of the spiritual teachings and things of that nature, I started off with law of attraction. It didn't work with me. I didn't like it. It didn't resonate with me. I wasted, unfortunately, years of my life in that type of teaching. And the only results I got, I can now see in hindsight, I got because I assumed it. And I used the placebo of other individuals to spearhead my success. And then from that, I moved over into law of assumption, and then I married it with Dr. Joe Dispenza and Neville. And now I've brought you guys my style of teaching. And I hope to one day, be in that type of situation where I get to also travel. You guys also get to come and learn from me. And it was funny because in one of those situations in a previous live, people were like, you need to go on a tour. And we'll just buy tickets and we'll come and we'll ask you questions and we'll do like a live panel and stuff like that. And I think that's like a dream of mine, like to do TED Talks, to talk about this, to promote this out to the masses. And that's always been the goal, to just bring the most accurate scientific version of manifestation, that for the overthinkers, for the doubters, for the people who need proof, for the people that need reassurance like myself, my page is devoted to you guys. Literally devoted to you guys. So I do hope that you guys have enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And I hope that you love it. I hope that you love it. I hope that it helps change your life, because God, I mean, I've never felt like so soul fulfilling in terms of the work I do. I mean, the first time I got to hold a scalpel, no, it's okay. The first time I got to hold a scalpel, it was kind of like my life's dream and my life's goal. And I got an opportunity to work as a surgeon for a period of time. But then coming into this, it was different. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Do you want to say anything?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Okay, tell me.
So I had an almost $1,200 week.
Oopsies. Oh, yeah.
I was off on Monday.
Tell me more.
Still had a $1,200 week.
Still doesn't matter.
I won bingo.
You won bingo.
$250.
$250.
And I had 3 sales today.
You just are out here killing the game.
And
there's more.
223 plus 145 plus 110. That's over $400 in one day.
In one day.
I know.
These bitches.
I know.
They just can't compare.
I wasn't gonna let I never said that. But your dad's over there like I never said
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna give up.
You weren't. Good. You should feel proud of yourself.
I am proud of myself.
And you just closed the previous month on a 5K month.
It was 5K. I'm almost at 3,000 right now.
And you still have half a month. So you're going to hit a 6K month.
I'm predicting that. I'm hoping that.
No, not hoping. Correct yourself.
Right, I am.
You are.
Yes, I am.
All right. I love it.
All right. So, all right.
All right, are you happy?
Yes.
Good. All right. What does mom do for work? Mom is a life insurance agent. And she went from daily being in situations where she would just cry out of discouragement with her job to doing the affirmations I gave her and coming into the law of assumption. And in the first week, she tripled her sales in her commission-based business. Can you talk about the 10K affirmation challenge? Babe, I don't know what that challenge is. I do see your comment, but please, I don't know what that is. And I know that you're kind of, posting it every 2 minutes. But let's just take a break from that because I think you've asked me that on previous lives. I don't know what that is. I don't even know. I'm so sorry. Mom is on fire. Where are you from? Do you mean like, where's dad from? Do you think your client that was just on can manifest her SP now? I do, but I just think she has a lot of resistance, that of which she knows as well, and she's very vocal about. But she's a different person now, and I just love it for her. So to kind of wrap up this live, if you guys have any more comments, questions, or concerns about coaching or anything else, I am extending group for you guys to come in and join. Many people were waiting for their paycheck to come in to get their ticket, so I want to just be fair to individuals. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the group. I did just launch the workbook for the group, which I put in my status. It's so beautiful, so pretty, so professional. And yeah, if for those of you guys who are not interested and don't have an interest to do so, no problem. But from Monday onwards, my lives and things like that will start to get less, and my posts will start to get less, so that way I may place emphasis not only on my one-on-one clients, but also my group clients for this next 1 month, so that I can come back for another 100 success stories for you guys. I am taking some late signups, yes. That was what you guys requested, so I'm just fulfilling it because I just have so much belief in this course. I have so much belief in this course. It's amazing. Persis is from the School of Manifestation with an emphasis on lasting results. Yes, absolutely. Because what we're doing in my type of work is we're building you from the foundation up. We are not manifesting your person for you to lose it in a day. So we're playing chess and we're playing for big ticket items, and we're going to let everybody else play checkers. That's just the vibe here, guys. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you very soon.